Brussels, Belgium, August 21st, 2025. At a pivotal press conference inside the European Commission headquarters, EU Trade Commissioner Maros Sefcovic addressed one of the most delicate issues in ongoing transatlantic trade talks: tariffs on European wines and spirits. Despite securing a broad new trade framework with Washington, Brussels admitted it had failed to win a critical exemption for its cherished wine sector, a blow to one of Europe's proudest exports. For years, European wines, from French Bordeaux to Italian Chianti and Spanish Rioja, have been at the heart of Europe's cultural and economic identity. The sector represents billions of euros in exports, and Brussels has long sought to shield it from protectionist measures abroad. The United States, meanwhile, has often leveraged tariffs in trade disputes, from aircraft subsidies to digital taxes, leaving the wine industry caught in the crossfire. Today, I am pleased to announce that we have crossed the finish line. We are issuing a joint statement that frames our agreement on a fair, balanced and mutually beneficial trade and investment relationship between the European Union and the United States. This carries considerable weight and is truly impactful at a time when the trade landscape has completely changed. With this declaration, Brussels and Washington underscored their intent to reset transatlantic trade relations, yet the fine print revealed where the compromises lay. The tariffs on the wine, spirits and beer was one of very important offensive interests of the European Union. Unfortunately, here we didn't succeed to get this sector and this category among the sectors which would continue to be on the MFN level. In plain terms, the EU's effort to protect its winemakers fell short. The United States refused to lower tariffs on European wines, spirits and beers, a sector worth tens of billions in annual trade. Analysts say this reflects Washington's desire to shield domestic producers and maintain leverage in future negotiations. All in all, this is a serious strategic deal. We are fully behind it and we are committed to delivery. Let me say this clearly: the alternative, a trade war with sky-high tariffs and political escalation, helps no one. It hurts jobs, it hurts growth, and it damages businesses across both the EU and the US. The Commissioner stressed that despite setbacks, the bigger picture matters most. A transatlantic trade war, he warned, would devastate industries on both sides of the Atlantic. Instead, Brussels hailed the deal as a platform for stability, covering technology, services and industrial goods. Reactions across Europe were mixed. Wine producers expressed deep disappointment, warning that tariffs could make their exports less competitive in the US market. French vintners in Bordeaux and Champagne said they fear losing ground to competitors from South America and Australia. Meanwhile, European brewers argued that higher costs would erode their market share in one of the world's largest consumer markets. But in Washington, officials framed the deal as a win-win. US trade representatives said the agreement would boost predictability and provide room for future cooperation while protecting sensitive domestic industries. Experts now believe the wine dispute could linger for years. Some predict that European negotiators will seek concessions in other sectors, such as digital services or green technology, to balance the loss. Others suggest that the EU might increase subsidies to its wine producers, a move that could ignite further tensions with Washington. Still, both sides have emphasized continuity. Negotiations, they say, will remain open, with hopes that future rounds may finally bring relief to Europe's wine and spirits exporters. For Brussels, the failed wine exemption is a reminder that even historic trade deals come with hard choices. For Washington, it is proof of its determination to shield domestic producers while preserving cooperation with its allies. What remains clear is that the transatlantic partnership, tested by disputes yet strengthened by compromise, will continue to shape the global economic landscape.
Carl de Meyer for Les Echos. Commissioner, you didn't say anything about...
How soon do you think exemptions will come out? And can you speak to any
parties, EU and US, just to make sure that sensitive technology will not end? And today I am pleased to announce that we have crossed the finish line. We are issuing a joint statement that frames our agreement on a fair, balanced and mutually beneficial trade and investment relationship between the European Union and the United States. This carries considerable weight and is truly impactful at a time when the trade landscape has completely changed. The tariffs on the wine, spirits and beer was one of very important offensive interests of the European Union. Unfortunately, here we didn't succeed to get this sector and this category among the sectors which would continue to be on the MFN level. All in all, this is a serious strategic deal. We are fully behind it, and we are committed to delivering. Let me say this clearly. The alternative, a trade war with sky-high tariffs and political escalation, helps no one. It hurts jobs, it hurts growth, and it damages businesses across both the EU and the US.